Greetings, FHN, and welcome back to another episode of Night TV Extended Cut. As always, I'm your host, Nathan Smith, and in today's show, we have an exclusive interview with my glorious, fearless leader, Editor-in-Chief Camden Blair, to talk about the journalism team and our success this year, as well as your regular announcements. Grab a snack and get comfortable, because you're watching the Night TV Extended Cut. Congratulations to Rebecca McGuire for setting a new school record in pole vault. Good luck to her and all our Knights track and field athletes competing in districts. As AP testing continues this week, remember to study hard and try your best. But as we all strive for fives, it's important to remember that your worth does not depend on your test scores. Try your hardest and keep your head high, pass or fail. In global news, newly chosen Pope Leo XIV was just put on a trading card. That's right. Card manufacturer Topps released a set of cards for a limited time on their website commemorating the new Pope's selection. If you were lucky enough to get your hands on one, they could be worth a lot of money, as only a little over 100,000 were ever shipped out. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's bring on today's guest, video co-EIC of The Nightly Show and winner of too many journalistic awards to count. Let's give it up for the media mogul, Camden Fearless Leader Blair. What's up, Knights? We're here in our FHN journalism studio with the editor-in-chief of our video staff, Camden Blair. Camden, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right. I am one of the two editor-in-chiefs of video staff, and I am also the executive producer of The Nightly Show, which is a show that comes out every 3 to 4 weeks. Recently, we had our spring national journalism convention, and The Nightly Show ranked third best in the country, which is pretty great. But especially considering in fall we were ranked the 8th best, it is a pretty significant move up in the ladder.
Yes, that's why we have him on today, because our Nightly Show, making 5 jumps in the national ranks, is quite a big deal. Camden, why don't you tell the audience a little bit of what we did as a staff to get that show to the upper echelon?
You know, the Nightly Show last year ranked, I believe, 8th. No, during fall it dropped to 10.
I think it was 10.
It was tragic. We jumped 7 spots.
Yeah.
So it was a real rebuild. We had very gifted EICs last year, coming from Rhea Patel and Madeline Clark, and both of them made an excellent show that got national awards and stuff. And when I sort of, inherited it, I wanted to say, they've done really good, but I think there is more to be said with the Nightly Show. So there's a long period of rebuilding. There's not a single asset or graphic or even template that was used last year that we are using now. It's completely new format and a completely new script templates and lower thirds or intros or outros. It's a totally new thing. Keeps the same Nightly Show name, but I wanted to reinvent, especially considering we have this brand new building. It felt like a real phoenix situation, rising from the ashes.
Of course. And if you could pick a specific thing that you think you really knocked out of the park, what do you think you'd say?
I think, last year our Nightly Show was phenomenal, and it had this real structure to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You knew exactly what you were getting, and it was educational and informative, and it had this rigid sort of very professional look. And I'm not saying either side is better or worse than the other, but I wanted to add more life to it. So I, sacrificed a little bit of the professionalism and the structure that the last year's Nightly Show had for the sake of trying to breathe life into it, for lack of a better term. Not that the last year one didn't have life or anything, but I think that's what I'm most proud of that I've changed.
Yeah, for sure. I was on those old Nightly Shows a couple times, and they were pretty good, but I think we definitely leveled up this year. But moving forward in the future, we're obviously going to nationals next year, and what can we do to maybe take an even bigger step in the future?
We're on the podium, top 3. I think, by fall next year, we can get to number 1 if we set our minds to it. Right now, what we're really looking forward to doing is doubling down on our anchors and getting them comfortable in front of the camera. We've got a brand new editor position opening up with Ben Bartels.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy, who is going to be working on anchors And the plan there is to make people in front of the camera as comfortable and as fluent in front of as possible.
Yeah.
And then additionally, I think, we're going to have a brand new wave of new staffers, and with that, a brand new wave of new voices and new videos and new techniques. And we really want to keep this thing moving and keep on ushering in different ideas. So we'll have plenty of creative thoughts and minds to work with for videos.
Yeah. That's all I have today. You can find the Nightly Show on FHN Today YouTube and FHNtoday.com. But as always, I'm your host, Nathan Smith, and we're signing off. Thanks so much for that, Camden. Your journalistic wisdom truly enlightens the class every day. That just about wraps up today's episode, though. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow all our socials at FHN Today and at FHN Game Day, and have a splendid rest of your day, FHN.